What's up guys, Guns for Newbie back here, and I wanted to talk today about my Atlas Artemis. So there it is, as you can see. Try to get the lights on above me, but it is kind of countered by the natural light I have coming into the house right now. So if it's not the clearest, I apologize for that, but just doing the best of what I got right now currently. So we'll go ahead and render this guy safe for the sake of the video. As you can see, it actually looks really good when you get the firearm in the light, so it actually might be a bonus. But nevertheless, this is my Atlas Artemis, and we're going to be talking about how things have held up, I guess my honest thoughts. So we'll start with, before we get into the video, I want to take a second to thank everyone who's liked and subscribed. If you're watching the videos and you think the content is definitely something that means something to someone, be sure to like it. That helps the algorithm, so that way I get pushed out for recommended videos for other people. Next, if you want to become a supporter of the channel, there is a link in the description to the Patreon. That's going to help us with some future plans that I have in the future, and also give back to those who are going to be supporters of the channel. So with that being said, let's dive right in. I don't want this to be a super long video, just because sometimes I do kind of just touch over the same stuff a couple times. It's not on purpose. I just want these to be completely unscripted. So you'll see I have my phone here, and I just have 6 words on there, so that way, or I guess 6 titles, I guess, so that way I can kind of breeze through this with some topics and a more clear-cut idea, and just make the videos a little bit more enjoyable, but at the same time leaving it, a majority of this is going to be completely out of the top of my head. So we'll start out with build quality. So obviously, if you're aware of this pistol, you're aware that it costs quite a bit, which if you're in the market for this guy, let's say you've never owned an Atlas before, and you've always wanted to, I would definitely say, as of right now, I've just flat out, I have no idea what I would even compare this to, because the build quality is so excellent. Just to recap as well too, before anybody else, we don't really get a lot of negativity, but there's just always seems like I maybe get one person per video that jumps in the comments and starts complaining about something. But the pistol itself, I actually bought with my own money, so nobody's paying me to say this. I get no money from anybody. So these are my honest opinions, thoughts, and recap on everything that I'm experiencing. So if you're worried about that, then you can put your mind at ease there. Nobody sent me this. I own this pistol. I found it online from a retailer and got it transferred to my local FFL. So that is how I obtained it. In terms of build quality, though, it is next to none. I don't have any other gun that I can show you that even comes close to this. The way they blended, I mean, there's not one imperfection on the pistol itself. Even the grip inserts align perfectly, which is really cool. Also, the amount of just, because I believe, I forget what actual coating they use, but just the level of thickness they put on the physical barrel, the hammer, just everything is just 10 out of 10 excellent. So where I'm going with that is, let me show you here. This gun has right around 2,500 rounds. See if we can get it to focus. Can't, because it's really, really shiny. Or maybe it's me. But either way, there's not a single mark on this barrel at 2,500 rounds, which is pretty stellar. The frame has little to no wear where the action is for the safety. The hammer itself is dirty, as you can see, but this has a very, very small nick on the hammer. So I think that that's really, really nice. And I really just can't say enough good things about it. The barrel, all the controls, the grip itself, it's all blended, colored, and the best part about it is it's very durable. So this has been my USPSA gun for the last probably 4.5 months. As I went to Limited Optics, because I just sent my XE out to get some upgrades for the grip and trigger job and stuff like that. This kind of pushed me to push the XE a little bit further, which is why I started shooting this more, and it's just been phenomenal, guys. So in terms of, you know, what you get for what you spend, I definitely would put that as a 10. I have felt several other firearms. I don't want to say a ton of names just because I don't want this to be negative on anybody else, and it's just mainly here to give my opinions on the Artemis. But in terms of just giving you an idea of the build quality, it definitely is everything that you think you hear online. You just never know with some of the people that get these guns, whether it's from whoever. Sometimes the reviews online don't reflect what you get in your hand, and I would say this one definitely does. I really can't. I've found a couple cons with it, in my opinion, that are very, very negligible. So, and that's the best I could do. So that's really saying something. And again, I'm trying to be as nitpicky as I possibly can. There's not very much on this pistol, so I definitely could find more on every single other gun I own easily without a competition. So. Next, let's get into performance. So the performance of the pistol, again, is very, very stellar. You get a aluminum grip with custom grip inserts that you can customize to the fitting of your hand size. The blending and the angle of the B retail is just next to none, excellent. And the grip, or thumb safety, I suppose, because they delete the grip safety right back here. It's automatically embedded into the grip now this way. You get a ledge. And that really helps you get your support hand underneath this and kind of create just a ton of friction, so that when you're shooting this gun, it is reciprocating exactly how it should be. The other nice thing is with the thumb ledge, you're not coming into contact with the slide as you would with the smaller one that you're closer to your finger. You have so much room here to where you can press down and it doesn't interfere with the slide whatsoever. And it just excels. So on top of that, you're going to get some additional features, which I wish every manufacturer would do. So for example, in the trigger housing, of course I have the X300 on there, so I can't really get in there to show you, but at the bottom of the trigger, there is another hole. And at the, in the trigger guard, there is a hole already, so that way you can put a long Allen key in there to adjust your trigger as you need to. On the go, you don't have to disassemble the whole gun. I think that's really awesome. Another thing is that you get a awesome trigger in here that, quite frankly, is the best that I ever felt. So around out of the box, it felt like it was right about 2 pounds. Right now, I'm not sure what it weighs at, but it feels like less than a pound. I mean, it's just it's not so much the trigger weight that's really exceptional. It is the reset and the brake on this that makes it just a dream to shoot, and it's very hard to get acclimated to another gun when you have something that is pulling and braking like this. So again, we are clear for the sake of the video. And we'll just get up here so you guys can see. Very little take up, bang. And then reset it, so it's got a little bit of travel. It's already there. And it literally is so light. If you just put pressure on there, like you're not even trying to purposely break the trigger, it goes. And that was the case. I started feeling about this about maybe 1,500 rounds in. And so it's by far my favorite trigger I've ever had in any other gun. And it's excellent. So the performance of the gun is really good with all those things combined. You really can get a lot of grip on your firearm with this thumb ledge, and the way they have this set up with the panel. So I have the step here, so this kind of pushes it out, and then this one is a swell, so that way it fills up completely my dominant hand, and then my weak hand is just able to, I can actually push on the back right here because of this ledge. And it's just incredible. I really, really like that. It also comes with a 4-40 thread pitch for a mag catch, so I was able to get a Dawson paddle, and it's like, I think it was like $8. It just took like maybe a week and a half to get in, but it is really nice. So it makes reloads, even from your shooting grip, you can just come down here and press it with that extra paddle space. it's the gun's just fast. It's incredibly fast. The way it shoots and it returns to zero also is just something that is crazy, because it's so expected once you understand the recoil pattern that you're able to really get fast follow-up shots and also get really, really tight groups. I mean, the pistol really, really outperforms, you know, pretty much, I hate to say, I mean, it does really well. So the experience of shooting this pistol is that if you don't have anything else that compares, you're probably only going to shoot this. So it is definitely an upgrade, I would say, if you didn't have something else that was per se, like let's say you had a 2011 that you're going to this from that, I would consider just upgrading, because you're probably not, unless you have a specific purpose for the other one. If you get this one, you're probably not going to shoot the other one, if that makes sense. So it is just phenomenal, just all around. In terms of reliability, so reliability has been perfect. Took it out of the box and shot it for 500 rounds. It comes with Radco CLP, and so I've been putting that on just the barrel, inside a little bit inside the barrel, just to kind of try to flush stuff out. Like I just put a couple drops in there, and then I'll put some on the front, and then I'll put a couple drops right here on the back of the rail, so that way it goes all the way through. And then I'll just let it sit and get all the gunk out. I haven't really went in too crazy with like an in-depth cleaning, just because the quality is there. I know this gun isn't going to be just needing a bunch of attention per se, and it has been flawless. So right around 2,500 rounds as of right now with it. We took it back out and shot more for the sake of the video, because I had been shooting it for competition, so I really didn't have a ton of just straight inline shooting footage. And so we took it back out and put several hundred rounds through it. And again, as expected, the groups were insane. The just the overall feel of it is very, very good. So I'm just trying to give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions on this. This is absolutely my favorite pistol that I have, in terms of just how it feels, the quality, everything like that. So in terms of, and we'll get into, we'll talk about this, and then we'll get into the range footage, and then we'll come back and just finish off the video, so that way we're not dragging this out. In terms of cons, I would say, I wish that it would have been done a little bit differently for the grip inserts. There is 2 divots here, one in each top corner. You put it in there and you can, mallet it in. But if you do not put blue Loctite, it will come loose. That's what happened to me. I put them in when the gun was brand new, and then put a couple hundred rounds through it, so it started to wobble. And not that that's a problem. It's designed correctly, I suppose. It just would have been nice for there to be some additional retention on that, so that way you wouldn't have to blue Loctite it or anything like that. But I've done it, and we're now, like I said, I mean, it's been roughly 2,000 rounds since I've done it, and nothing's been an issue with that ever since. So you could look at it like that. Last thing is the magwell. Around 800 rounds, I noticed this started to wobble, like back and forth a little bit, and you could hear like an audible click when you were moving it back and forth. So I actually cut a small strip of like a cotton cleaning fiber, and then not like a microfiber, just like a cotton, they're like square gauze, they almost look like gauze, and I cut one very small, and I just wedged it all the way in there, and that has made that wobble go away ever since. So just 2 things that I think that, and I understand the grip panel is just me being nitpicky, because the unfortunate truth is it allows you to change the grip out completely, which is a huge bonus. So dealing with that is not a big deal. I think really the only gripe that anybody should have is the magwell, just because I've never really felt another magwell wobble from the factory. So, and especially with everything else being 11 out of 10 over the top good, would have just liked to see that be a little bit better. But anyways, that is the, let's say, pre-range summary. So let's get into the range footage, and then we'll come back for a final thought.
mags don't have slide lock.
Okay guys, and now that we're back, we'll go ahead and finish off the video here. This has just been my observation, honest thoughts on this gun since I've been shooting it now, like I said, and we're about 2,500 rounds. There's going to be more videos to come. However, I would say that this is an excellent use of, I guess, your finances if you're looking to upgrade. It is definitely an upgrade. We'll document how things progress on it further, but in terms of the sake of this video, I've kind of talked enough good things about it. I hope that if you guys are considering this, this helps you make a decision, as I think that you will be ultimately very happy with. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the channel content, be sure to like and subscribe again. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you in the future. Next week, we're going to, I know I said I was talking about the Canic, that I do expect that to get done, but actually I got loaned a pistol for review, so I'm going to be doing that on the PDP match steel frame. I believe it's compact size, and we'll talk about that and just talk about a striker fired pistol for a change, and we'll see honest thoughts and opinions on that.